It's kind of the first political season where I've actually felt like getting involved with something.
I think that this is a very good way to get people involved and to get people to feel like their voice matters and that they can change government.
Things have to change. Things are bad right now. They have to change. The people are the only ones that are going to be able to change them.
I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. This is staggering to me. 92,671,979. That is 40% of the American people do not vote. When I found out the reasons, there's 7 top reasons why people don't vote. The number one reason, they feel their voice doesn't count. We'd like to restructure the presidency and how it runs to include the popular vote. Now you're going to sit there and say, oh, it can't be done. Oh, this can't be done. You may have some naysayers. You're going to run into people, oh, it can't be done. If this can't be done, then what is your idea that will be done? What we would like to see is a restructuring of power. The president still having the power, but what we would like to do here is have 2 vice presidents. This is going to be called the Vice President of Domestic Affairs. This is going to be called Vice President of Foreign Affairs. This will be called the President. How do we include electoral votes with this? The popular vote will elect the President of the United States. Respecting the Electoral College, they will elect the 2 vice presidents.
That, I feel like, that's a great system. Honestly, I think the president does have too much to handle. Nobody could fill those shoes in a way that would be effective for the entire country or that could make anybody happy. So I think splitting that job up into smaller, equal parts is a way to create an environment that is much more workable and is much more adaptable for people.
I like the idea of splitting up the partisanship. I don't think you have to have a Democratic president with a Democratic vice president. That's the way it's been done, but it's not really working now, and who's to say that if we had a Democratic president and a Republican vice president and a third party other vice president that they couldn't work together and make things the way it needed to be.
I would like in one word, what you feel about our presidential debates. Entertainment. Ineffective. Fan service, like that one. That's good too. Silly. Childish. Joke. You get the picture, don't you? We have made a mockery of our country by allowing this to continue. What we are proposing with this idea supports this idea, but puts dignity back into who we are. Allow you, each of you, to hear from the candidates themselves. We're putting on what is called the People's Interview. Okay, it's going to be us. It's going to be our interview. We're going to hear from the candidates. This is a stage. We are going to have 3 candidates on this level. We will hold 3 different interviews. 1 for each office. 1 for the President of the United States, 1 for the Vice President of Domestic Affairs, and 1 for Foreign Affairs. The candidates will come out from the curtain. There will not be this show of shaking hands, not shaking hands, dodging each other, and so forth and so on, embarrassing each other. They're just going to walk to their positions. They're actually going to have a seat. This is an interview, right? So let's talk to them. Let's find out who they are. This is the moderator. In front of the moderator, there's a light bar. The moderator will introduce the candidates. As you notice, I've called them candidates. They're not going to be known as a Republican. They're not going to be known as a Democrat. They all have to run independently. Then there will be 3 clear lights with 10-second increments. 30, 20, 10. Then the red light goes off, and guess what happens? The mic goes off. They cannot speak anymore. So this is what we're trying to do, is allow the voting, allow the populace to come in, and then allow other candidates to come forward. Now I want to share something with you. I don't know how any of you voted, and I don't want to know, and I don't care. But what I do know is I found myself guilty of this. Going on Facebook and then having arguments and trying to defend and so forth and so on. I learned that I was not being an American. I was being a party goer. We need to get and respect the American people. We don't need to respect a party because the parties have divided us and they know that. This is an idea. This is not law. The way that this idea grows into a bigger concept is when you feedback. When you contribute maybe something here, maybe something there. Whether you like it, whether, oh, you don't know. You know, but Benjamin Franklin said the same thing. He said he didn't really know because, you know, at the moment in time, that's the best that there was.
People in America feel underrepresented and feel like their voice isn't being heard and feel like, why should I vote? Why should I participate? It doesn't matter. Everything is going the way that it goes regardless. So it's a pretty ambitious idea, but I feel like that's what we need. So it's you know, you want to aim big.
Don't feel that you don't have a voice, and here's why. Nobody made a greater mistake. I love this. Then I got to change this though. They who did nothing because they could do only a little. So just know you can help in any way. Let us know. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. All right.